Hi, welcome back. We're here with the cast of The Amazing Spider-Man. We're here with director Mark Webb, Jamie Foxx, Andrew Garfield, and Dane DeHaan. Yeah, let's do it.
In sync.
How are you guys doing? Are you ready for Hall H in a couple of hours?
Yes.
Yeah? Tell me what we're going to see.
What are we going to see? We're going to see a little bit of footage. We're going to see a little bit of actor up there. There will be actors. And we'll talk about Spider-Man. That's what we're going to do. Or RoboCop. We haven't decided yet. We're going to do a panel entirely about RoboCop.
I want to talk about Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball. Another Sony picture.
That's also on your bill. I feel like you promised that you would tell me everything that happened in the movie once we got to San Diego.
Did I promise that? You clever see these people. They're always one step ahead of you. I will not tell you everything about the movie. We're going to be intentionally coy and ambiguous.
Well, tell us a little bit what we should know about this one.
I think this movie is. It's one of the most exciting, if not the most exciting, chapter in Peter Parker's life, and we're coming into this. We've sort of gone through the origin story, and Spider-Man is incredibly great at being Spider-Man at the beginning of this movie, and so we have to come up with obstacles and villains that are up to the task. And I think what we've got with Jamie Foxx here is Electro, which is, I think, one of the most powerful. He's a godlike villain, and I think that the way they go at each other in the film is going to be really exciting and really fun. And then, of course, we have Dane, who is playing Harry Osborn, and Peter's conflicts and love and respect and brotherhood with Harry is going to be another interesting dynamic to that character that we just haven't seen before.
There's a lot going on in this movie, I feel like.
Yeah, but not too much.
Not too much.
Just the right amount. Just the right amount of stuff is happening.
So Jamie, there you are on the pillow, Electro. When I talked to you before, you said there was a no-brainer to play Electro.
I mean, it's just humbling, and it's crazy. We had a moment when I actually saw him in the suit, a little bit of tears right here, and I said, "Yo, this is crazy." It's like this, Spider-Man has been around. As a matter of fact, we was watching this first pilot episode on television the other day. So look how long this has been around, and to be able to don these characters is amazing. But what I wanted to do, though, I really wanted to be a formidable opponent. I think that the way March is shooting now and has been shooting this is that now Spider-Man really has a challenge. And I took the Electro character from a character that I actually met out. I was in a pinch one day, and this sort of gangster type dude helped me out with a situation. And once he helped me out, every club I went to, I had to get him in and this whole thing. So it's basically sort of like, without giving things away, that's what Electro is. It's like he thought that Spider-Man was his boy, was his partner, and so now when it's not, he's really angry at him. And I think that's what's going to make people want to come see him be at his best, and he has to be at his best, or he's going to perish. And I think that's what's going to be cool about the flick.
And it's also cool, I know we talked about this too, that the villains are never it's never black and white. That it's always, it's not black and white like villainy.
What are you saying about African American?
Very tender time right now.
Very tender time right now.
But just know all the Marvel, I love that the enemies, that they're so layered and complicated. It's not just pure evil or pure good. Everybody has layers.
To understand Electro, you really have to understand Max Dillon and where Max Dillon comes from. And he is a huge Spider-Man fan. Yeah. He's and what you discover and what we explore is the shadow side of admiration and what that can turn into. And it's, heroes and villains have so much in common.
Right.
And these, I think Max Dillon was not shown enough love by the people that should have shown him love.
Right.
And that sort of anger, that sense of shame and humiliation festers into something brutal. And I think, that sense of unworthiness or that sense of shame is a precursor to one of two things. Either acts of heroism or acts of destruction.
Right.
And your character is what defines that. And these two incredibly powerful creatures go head to head in I think epic battles.
Yeah. Andrew, how was it going head to head with Jamie Foxx?
Obviously, I have to say it was great because he's right here.
He's sitting right there. It's very awkward.
And he will hurt me.
Yeah.
If I don't. No, he wouldn't. And I mean it. It's I've been a fan of Jamie since before he was even doing movies. So it's sorry, I'm embarrassed now to say that in front of you, but it's like You know, it's you know, he's just such a talent, and it was a coup that it was, and so lucky that he's a Spider-Man fan.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind me saying, his daughter is a Spider-Man fan.
Man, my 4-year-old was crazy.
Did I just see her downstairs?
Yeah, she's down. She's got a
She's the
Spider-Man
cutest thing in the
costume.
world.
And,
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. And he was so gracious, you know, to take pictures with her and make her feel at home. And he would let her sit on the set with her Spider-Man costume
Yeah,
on.
she gave me notes. While we were
Yeah.
shooting. I don't know if Spider-Man would move like that. Yeah, more like elbow will be up. I'm like,
That's right.
Andrew.
That's right. No, I'd listen.
And she'd be in the suit while she would be in the suit.
But it's the passion, you know, and I can say that for everyone on this couch, that it's like, you know, to work with these guys, it is that we all have the same passion for this character and all the characters that we're all playing, and the story itself. And I think without that, it's kind of pointless, you know.
Right.
It's a pointless endeavor, and I mean that, you know, so that's my response to that. Yeah.
That's good. And Dean, did you grow up reading the comics as well?
I didn't grow up reading the comics, but I definitely grew up like dressing like superheroes and pretending I was one.
Like every day, or just for Halloween?
I'd say like every day. Yeah, you know, like whether it was dressing up as Spider-Man or like dressing up as Superman and like wearing my underwear on like the outside of my pajamas. You know, I was always thinking.
That's how he screens it.
One step ahead. Well, how was it joining the cast this time around? I know Jamie is a very big fan of yours.
Yeah, no, it's been it was such an incredible experience, and I didn't think that doing a movie this big could be as fun and fulfilling as this movie was, but I think that it was just filled with such great people, and everyone was like there to do it and to do it right.
That type of card.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best, most fun parts about the experience for me, for Spider-Man, is getting to work with actors of this caliber. You know what I mean, and getting to people to keeping the spectacle and the hugeness of it, but also really paying attention to focusing on the nuance and the details of the little moments, which is why people love Spider-Man in the first place. It's the Peter Parker thing. It's the little domestic nuances that you get to, idiosyncrasies that you get to play around with that make it so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, I can always like enjoy a superhero movie, but in order to really love it, there has to be like real heart underneath it. You know, it can't all just be explosions and big fights and that kind of thing. Like, that's incredibly important in telling these stories, but without heart behind it, it's not a whole thing. And hopefully that's what we've captured in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, very nicely done.
Done this before?
Yeah, this is not your first time.
He read it off the back.
Yeah, I forgot.
All right, well, we are sadly out of time, but thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So this is the part where we talk.